eclipse. Everybody get in. I see 8-Bit Mike already had a question. Thank you. Again, I won't be doing individual questions, but when it comes to a certain theme for the collective, yeah, definitely happy to go over, you know, what and how that affects during this time. So I'm gonna first go into what does the full moon mean first, because we're in this mixture of Pisces and Virgo right now, because we're in Virgo season in September. And in the last reading, I went over a lot of different themes of Virgo. So if you haven't seen that, go check that. Already I saw a few themes that we talked about in the last reading, because the last reading was about health. Really, primarily the main themes was health and wealth. And it was so funny because while I was doing the reading and finishing up, my mom called me, and I swear we're just on the same page. And literally she was talking about money and health literally over that phone call. So it's funny how these themes will come into your life, right? From other people, and really sets you in place of what you need to focus on and like what is resonating. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, I got my astrological outfit going on. I got my coffee. Always bless what you're drinking. Ease and grace. Okay, so Pisces is the fish, right? They go this way, they go that way. So together they bring in that harmony. It's theorized that Jesus was even a Pisces. So in the full moon in Pisces, the themes are surrender, compassion, intuition, and spiritual depth. There's going to be within this moon cycle tension between having your dreams versus the reality. It's going to be a little combative between your intuition to the structure that you need to create. I have been talking about this since January. With that Capricorn energy moving into 2025, when we had that alignment of over 6 planets, come on. We really needed to put things into structure this year. In the year of the snake, it is a full-on soul transformation, not just your body, your soul. So you can think about how many things have to be faced to you to like get you all the way in of waking the fuck up so that you can shift on a soul level this year. Doesn't matter where you are as far as the level. This is what's occurring as the theme for this year. It will never be the same. I love Paul Santisi. He's a YouTuber on here, and he always says that, may you never be the same. So it's a beautiful time to integrate soulful insight with practical groundwork. So take that with you today, if anything, when I go over not just the astrological forecast, but the reading with Oracle and Tarot. It's just take in the clarity, take in what resonates with you, and definitely ground through this, right? Because you are going to have to decipher your intuition and then establish your structure in your life. And I mean that fluid through everything, through family, through work, through your career, through relationships, through everything. It's finding that balance and that structure, that routine that is yours and yours alone. I paraphrased a certain article about the Pisces Lunar Eclipse. And these were the top 5 things that really resonated with me to be very important for all of us. Hey, Dad. Oh my God, my dad's here. Oh my God. So number one, givers. Givers need limits, okay? You need to establish limits of your kindness moving forward. This is on a spiritual level when we think of abundance, when we think of giving our time, our energy, our worth. We need to maintain and make sure that our cup is filled before we overflow. Literally a day ago when I was at an open mic, I was literally being lectured by others where they can see energetically like, girl, you running on empty. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you need that accountability. And yeah, people pleasing can be very damaging. Forgot my name. Yeah. And this is where we need to hone in on where is our battery. We talked about this when it came to health in the last reading of, is your energetic body okay? Is your health good? Is your mind good? Like all of that. And I know it's an ever balancing, juggling act, which is a very good theme for Pisces, right? As I said, some go this way, some go that way. They got to find their middle ground. Number two, we cannot be everything for everyone. I know you want to be there for people. I know you don't want to say no, but you need to work in practice to do so. Having these boundaries of, if you can't get to it now, is it that urgent, or can we, take a week, take a month, whatever it is of time, so that you're not feeling like you're on call all the time. Because that's pressure, that's stress, that's built up anxiety within the self when you feel like you have to be on call for everyone, like it's freaking Broadway 24/7, 7 days a week. Number three, ground in your spirituality. This is a beautiful time within the Pisces full moon and with the lunar eclipse to hone down on your routine of spirituality, whatever religion you practice. I'm guessing a lot of you that are watching me are very spiritual, so maybe unorthodox or unconventional practices. Great, I love you. Maybe you just follow the moon cycles. That's why I started calling this my moon family or my moon tribe, because we all have these moon cycles. We always have the full and the new moon. So whatever you follow, now is the time to get a little bit more disciplined in your routine and structure. If you meditate, make sure that you are meditating consistently. If you pray, come into more of a structure of it that is, again, working for you. If you go to retreats, or if you volunteer, or if you're considering that, now is the time to really plan accordingly, do your due diligence, save up that money to do these things, to devote more focus into your spiritual practice. This is for the rest of the year, because Saturn will be in Pisces for the next 6 months. So if you have an astrologer and you've gone through your chart, really find out where Saturn is, because Saturn is the archetype of the father, the great father, and of karma. So wherever that is, I'm getting 111 right now. I'm spot on. Thank you, angels. When you see that, then you know what karmic cycle you're in right now with Pisces. If you don't have an astrologer, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to refer a few astrologers that I know that can work with you virtually, but also just look into your natal chart. It is a snapshot of when you took your first breath on Earth, and it is a blueprint of your soul, meaning your habits. Highly recommended. Now, number 4, romanticism. This is not just with Pisces, but Pisces people, you all do this. You romanticize your life. You romanticize your goals, your relationships, and it can lead to self-sabotage. I know we all in one way make a beautiful story of our life or of things happening to us. We're talking about the extreme shift. where we're now getting into illusions, we're being delusional, we're not being realistic. We need to cut this away. We need to ground. That's why previously it was saying to ground first and then looking at the aspects of our lives so we are not destroying our goals, destroying our dreams, because in our mind or in our vision, we are not really seeing clearly to the truest form of ourselves and not being authentic. When we are projecting an illusion, a persona, a dream that isn't actually relative or beneficial to even to us, let alone to others. I know that was a little deep, but really think about that when you put yourself in the world. You know, I also am a singer and a songwriter. I don't have a persona. I am Fedra. And that is who I'll be, perfect and imperfect. So I'm not a cartoon. I'm not an actress, even though I probably could be. It's about conveying yourself openly and honestly, but on a practical level. The last one is your energy overall to be intentional with it. Now, this is a very, I don't want to say difficult. It's a trying practice. Taking the energy that you have and being intentional with it. Like today, making this plan to be here, whether I am tired or not. All hail the coffee. I directed to give this gift today to give clarity to you all who are watching, which I'm very grateful, and making sure that my energy is at a certain level in order to translate this. So it's really being intentional with what you give and how you give. And come from that mindful stance whenever you can. You know, bringing back your energy to you as the sovereign being that you are and not constantly blocking, you know, avoiding, isolating. That's not the way either. And when you're social, you know, giving your, you know, undivided attention to someone, working on that eye contact, working on the facial features and expressing yourself rather than you're just like stuck on your phone or you're just like reading a book or like just not engaged, you know? It's really important how we be mindful to our senses. As a Taurus, I always go back to my senses. What am I feeling right now in the touch? Being aware of what I touch. Being aware of this delicious coffee and drinking it with focus, not just like guzzling it down. Yeah, I know some people say Tauruses are so slow. Yeah, well, we're slow because we're taking in the life. We're not, you know, speeding up and rushing around like, you know, like the city folk, because we're very dynamic in our approach. You see us. You really can't miss a Taurus when you have that energy around you. I hope that makes sense. I don't have an Adam's apple, but Tauruses do have quite a sensitivity to their neck. Johnny. So, purpose. Purpose over illusion. That is again about the dynamic of grounding into what is really authentic to you rather than projecting a persona. Divine timing. Right now with the lunar eclipses, all eclipses are divine timing, which is orchestration on that divine level. So again, release control. This is a beautiful time to surrender and taking what is what is. Letting fate lead. Expect a lot of emotional downloads throughout this cycle. So the eclipse is, you know, delaying things in this 6 months. So it's not just the moon cycle, which is 28 days. This is further than that. So expect a lot of emotional downloads, emotional releases, having very vivid feelings. Psychic premonitions, really trust that. Really hone in onto your intuition now. Listen closely to your body and to the inner whispers within you. Excuse me. My only advice. My advice is to journal. I love writing. It's a great release, especially for full moon. If there's things you need to release, now's not the time to manifest. That's my advisement. Take it or leave it. But you can do fire work to release. Meditate, meditate, meditate. You really need to ground and clear psychically. Stay fluid and not forceful. So I liked this one, which is honor the mystery. Honor the mystery of you. Honor the mystery of the world. Honor the mystery of others. Really moving forward, look at the synchronicities in your life. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of crows and owls, images of the snake. I see many angel codes. The longest code I've seen is 11 or 3 1s or 1111. Everyone has their own translation of what that means. I have seen 222 and 444. As I said, many codes. But these codes, the ones that are unique to you, give a profound meaning. And this is a way for you to feel balanced and grounded inside, that you are where you're supposed to be. And those signs give you information on a spiritual level of what needs to be transcended. What do you need to transmute and to truly understand within you and to others. And it just helps you go to the next stage of your life and journey. Okay, so that's what the full moon and the confirmation. Thank you for that ending of a cycle, even in the dryer. This is where the full moon and the lunar eclipse translation is done. I've put timestamps later if you all want to go back to this. But now I'm going to go into the tarot and to oracle. Today I'm doing the energy oracle deck. My mother got me this one, and it's all water, which I thought was very appropriate for Cancer and Pisces. I'm bringing back the Moonology. It's been a while. I love it. Such great energy with it. And for today, I'm busting out something new. I am supporting a local YouTuber by the name of Gregory Scott. I watched Gregory Scott, no joke, probably for 4 years straight. Every single video. I was just obsessed with him. He is in Britain. He kind of moves around a lot, so I have no idea where he is now. But his channel is Gregory Scott 444. And I purchased his deck when it came out during the pandemic, like in 2020. No joke, I was at the time unemployed, like probably most of you, and I took the risk to order it to support him. He did misspell my name, but a lot of people do, so I don't care. But here's his deck. And I love it. This is the first card that has all his information. So you can screenshot that if you want. I'll put it in the comments later. Anyway, we do need to support other tarot readers in the world. We're all here trying to provide clarity to you all, so brand new card. I'm just like, wow. I don't know what that means, Mike. has never happened before. Everything is wands. A lot of air. Very interesting. Well, I like a new reading. New energy here. I would like some clarity. Let's do clarity on the Seven of Wands. Literally, every card is wands, guys. Everything. The whole suit. You saw me shuffle. Okay, clarity on Seven of Wands. Okay, wow. Let's do, okay. Fourth of Wands. A lot of fighting here. Like combativeness. Interesting. Come on, Fourth of Wands. And Three of Wands is the outcome. I'm just in awe. I've like never had this, so this is so unique. I love it. Whew. Come on now. Goddess of the Moon was our outcome. The front part of my phone, Mike. Okay. That makes sense. Balance. Okay. So we have Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is again this, I wouldn't say immaturity, but it's a knight, you know? It's not necessarily a page. It's stepped up in its levels, but it's not a king or queen. Gotta say though, I do like the look of this man though. Like a lumberjack. I'm just not into the whole beard thing. Maybe a goatee, maybe a mustache, not the full beard. Just not into it. But he's working hard, see? Foundation. Chop wood, get water. Page of Wands. So then it's that immaturity side though, right? That's covering you. Young, hopeful, new thoughts, new ideas. Just kind of seeing, like reflecting of like what can, but we don't want to be too much in daydreaming, right? We want to have that practicality of like making things happen. The discipline, the strength, the growth, right? Don't want to stay young forever, not like a child, I mean. We all do want to have that youthful impression, but we also do need to balance out the youthfulness, the inner child within us as we mature, not necessarily age. I don't understand the issue, Mike, though. I've set it up like I've always have, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, Mike, just come on down to Florida. I'll show you how to chop wood. Put you to work. My man's work. What's in the past is Eight of Wands. A lot of messages, a lot of ideas, a lot of downloads, a lot of synchronicity, A lot of things in the heart too, as you see in there, where things are prevalent and keeping pretty much eye on the prize. You know, 8 again is also with abundance. It's about nailing a certain goal, nailing a certain focus, nailing a certain direction. So these are the core energies though that you're in, right? Again, what is realistic versus what's just a pipe dream, you know, and trying to really balance that out within yourself to make something happen. 10 of Wands is what's coming from above. So you guys are going to have opportunities where you're going to feel like it's slightly a burden. See how you have the man here with the children on his back, and they're so playful and happy, and the wands are giving way to that journey. So maybe you're going to take on more responsibility than you ever have. Maybe you're going to be supportive of others, and that's maybe new for you, or it's going to give you that opportunity. And please trust that it's not a burden. It's about your mindset of how you see that. But that is so commendable when someone really has balanced and structured and had discipline and is now, their cup is full, and now they're able to take care of, you know, a family. You can see one is like nurturing a little kitten and the other one is playing, providing that love, that music, while the guy is like carrying him on his back, like, yep, we're gonna go on this journey together. You guys need to lose some weight because you're heavy. But still, there's beauty in that process of who you decide to take with you. Remember, you could always take those people off your back if you know that they're more than capable. Remember that those are children, y'all. Those aren't adults on his back, okay? I just wanted to mention that too, you know. What you buried in the ground is the 9 of Wands. So there has been growth. Maybe not a whole lot, but it's a step up in the direction. And look at that, she's levitating with that freaking wand, celebrating, owning up to like, I got it. I freaking did it, right? Mm-hmm. You better celebrate. No accomplishment is too small, too little. This is on a soul level, guys. So it's a little important. You know, we have upcoming the 7 of Wands. So yeah, a lot of you are reaching out to that next step. You're looking at that mountain, you're like, geez, but isn't this what you've been training for? Isn't this what you set out to train to do? Yes. You know, yeah, maybe it started like a vision, maybe it started like an idea, and you're like, yeah, maybe I could do that, maybe I could do that. Maybe I got to train for it, yeah. And then you're like, okay, now I'm ready to tackle that actual mountain. Awesome, that's the near future. You're gonna see a little bit of what you're up against, and you are going in with the 3rd chakra. That's what was clarified in the 7 of Wands of the near future. And that is desire, your life force energy. The powerful Archangel Kamul is holding a beautiful sphere of golden light at the solar plexus, which is the location of your 3rd chakra and the center of your life force energy. The issues here revolve around emotions of desire and your personal energy. When the card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move toward the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. Using and moving forward with your energy with intention. This angel of power is within you now, so go for it. That's in your near future. Okay. Now had, and I see what you all are thinking about, and we talked about this in the last reading, right? We talked about wealth, right? Well, one of your overly thoughts is financial constraint, right? A lot of you are like, yeah, Fedra, but what about the money? I mean, I get it, you know, I'm here, single white female, you know, this is my channel. If you like what I've been doing, please like and subscribe. This is how I grow. You know, I'm building it from the ground up, self-made. You know, 8-bit Mike, I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So thank you for assisting me in growing this channel, but it does take every single one of you. So if you haven't already and you're digging my vibe, please like, please subscribe, press the little bell with all so you can get all notifications of what I do. I really appreciate it. We need to take a practical approach, right? With the structure of our money. And like I said in the last reading, establish a budget. I know that's so not sexy. I'm integrating that, I'm dealing with that. But hey, it's not forever. It's for you to build your legacy. Building your legacy of what you wish to have in this world. 5 of Wands. Being celebrated. Being seen. Surviving the quote-unquote obstacle or war. The clarification was financial constraint. That's what you're at war with. Which is, again, money is energy. So again, what are you creating in your head that is blocking and creating scarcity, creating lack? This is all for me too, guys. I'm here with you in this boat. So this advisement is also for me too. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money, but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time, so rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and abide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and value the money and the good things you already have. So being in that state of gratitude. You know, one of the greatest pieces of advice I got this year after I did a combo retreat in June was to pray in gratitude for everything. Because I'm really good at praying at night. I'm really good at praying for people when they need it and they request it. I'm really good at praying over my food. Because for Tauruses, food is like a complete culture and love language. But what about all the other times? Yeah, I wasn't doing that. And so now, with being more mindful in gratitude, I have attracted more abundance. And now I see what benefits come when you are disciplined with your money. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. And it's not sexy. But just like we were saying earlier about the give and the take and being intentional, we need to be intentional with our value financially too. That is something really, really important. And to give from a full place. And if you are financially well off, if you are financially sound, then that gives you the ability to give to an extent of what you can and not overextending, not feeling you have to be the martyr, not feeling you have to constantly save people. It isn't your place. Few people in my life have said, Fedra, you are not Jesus. So I'm gonna say to you, you're not Jesus. You're not supposed to save everyone. You can teach them. You can give what you can out of respect and love and have compassion, but have a limit. That is allowing the person to grow and to meet you there, because they won't value it. They won't value if you just give and just give. This is why if you want a customized clarity with me, a one-on-one is the way to go. But these moon cycles I give out of, intentionally giving this gift. Donations are always, accepted. I love it because, again, this is my channel and I wish to grow, and this helps me have the lifestyle I wish to have. But again, this is about transforming you through these moon cycles and for you to see how I translate if you want a one-on-one reading. Now, how you all see the situation is still you see it as a fight. I would like you all to try and look at it as the fight is actually inside you. You're actually not fighting anyone outside of you. You think you are because we're in the external world, but it's really inside. Five of Wands is really a combative, really defending, on the defense. And yet, when I asked for translation, we get 22, which is a master builder number, which is yin yang, balance, duality. Very powerful, guys. I can't even stress how powerful that is. The work that you're going to be seeing of this fight. A great visual of that, I don't remember which Matrix movie, because in the Matrix, Neo is constantly fighting Agent Smith. But at one point, Agent Smith says to Neo, why do you keep getting up? Why do you keep fighting? And Neo said, I choose to. So it's surrendering to that. Even surrendering the fight when you're fighting. Take that how you want it. Passive, active, intuitive, and logic. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclical energy moving into or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and digestion. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. What did I just say? It's an especially good time for contemplation, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective, so open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. Again, that authenticity. Again, of just being where you are. This is where I am. Instead of acting and keeping up with the Joneses. Because you will see triumph. You have Four of Wands. It's like a sweetheart party. Thinking it looks like a wedding because she is in white, but it's also union of the self too, if you look at it with masculine and feminine. Sweetheart moment. Aww. clarity, I got the garden and the gate, which is 30, which is 3. Love these cards. Telling you, love these cards. They just don't lie. Prosperity. Staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked, while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time, but be aware, the choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from your karmic path or from living your truth. You may have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. Yeah? I think in expanding consciousness, it's part of that process is to surrender to the unknown, to the uncertainty, to peek on what's on the other side. Your final outcome is 3 of Wands. Trinity again. So 3 to 3. And now he's riding the dang lion, y'all. Come on. Come on. He's riding the lion, y'all. Come on. And when I asked for clarity, it had the goddess of moon. So the men and women that are watching right now, you guys are going to transform further. Like, look at that beautiful beam of light. Look at that intuition. And that's 5-2, which is 7. Intuition, again. How many times we're going to go into our intuition? Going within. This card shows an internal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The goddess of the moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spell-binding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, and even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. Telling you all. Aww. They're really, I mean, really, it's all like positive, but it's about, reversing that mindset there. Really listening and honing into the inner voice, rather than the external. I was just wondering to see what, Gregory wrote for his translation, but 3 of Wands, which is the outcome, it says the gates of fortune. To advance, one needs to dare. The world is to be explored, not to be feared. And behind every door, there is a new road. So it's even that trust, right? Trust going around paths that you never thought you would go toward. Well, now that we are done with the Oracle and the regular tarot, I'm going to bring out the Moonology real quick. Again, my name is Fedra. If you guys like this collective reading on this full moon, please like and subscribe. Only takes a second, and I've been growing the channel grassroots style, so thank you. Thank you guys. You are a part of my moon tribe now. And definitely, again, check out Gregory Scott. He's also an amazing astrologer. I love his astrology translations, and especially with his British accent. I love accents, so what can I say? I have a little weakness for accents. Ooh. We got the full moon card in Pisces, so seems like we're all in alignment right now. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Okay. Fixed moon. There are 2 main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, you have to think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With 2 interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Staying power. Faith or patience is needed. Someone needs to back down, avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. And then a new start. This is new moon. This is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed and you're on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way, be that on a new or better course, or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle now. And now I can get uncomfortable there. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you asked about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. Your attunement is, I'll see it when I believe it. A new start is on its way. You will soon start to feel more hopeful about getting what you want. Your belief that your dreams can manifest is working well. And forget about the past. Full moon in Aries. Love the Aries energy. A fiery climax approaches. Yep, it's coming to a head. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what somebody else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little harsh or rash, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level. You've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it can be fiery. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good. Just don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Again, meditate. I need to meditate. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be the issue. And yes, I know. This is definitely for me, y'all. You need to have more fun. I do. Literally, I've been telling that to people. And last but not least, full moon in Pisces. It came up, y'all saw it. I didn't do it. It came in, so here we go. We are on point. Which is what I said from the beginning, which is balance, spirituality, and practicality. Okay. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concreted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issue may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. You're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition. It won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate. And avoid substance abuse. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's a time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Pisces energies that have no borders. So feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces and soulmates now connect. It's also a time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears. Well, if you've been having weird dreams too, I will confirm to you, they've been weird lately. So again, the journaling will help. Meditating, grounding. I always recommend the Epsom salt baths, Reiki, sound healing, so many different modalities that you can ground in. I do sound healings one-on-one if you're ever interested in that, in person in Florida, if you're in Florida. Virtually, I will do the one-on-one tarot readings and Reiki sessions if needed. I hope you guys enjoyed the full moon in Pisces, the Lunar Eclipse collective reading today, and I'm going to close it out. Please like and subscribe and share this to anyone that you feel that this would resonate with. Yeah. This is a very powerful time. So again, go back, really ground, really balance, really release and surrender. Hone in on the emotion and emotionally regulate. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed everything, and I will see you, I think, in the beginning of October. I forgot again to prepare for the next one, but again, press the bell and you will see on the next new moon cycle. Have a great weekend, guys.